The story continues as Bell, casually munching on grapes and wondering when his daughter will return. Suddenly, there's a knock on his door, and when he opens it, he's surprised to see a young girl he doesn't recognize. She apologizes for the interruption and inquires if this is the house of Belgrave the Red Ogre. This catches him off guard. Bell introduces himself and the girl reveals herself as Sasha, the second daughter of the Bordeaux family. Bell is taken aback upon learning she's the daughter of Count Bordeaux. He even kneels and apologizes for not recognizing her. However, Sasha tells him to stand and explains that the Bordeaux family is indebted to him for saving her little sister Serene from robbers. She emphasizes that they feel obliged to repay him. As Sasha closely observes Bell, his red hair and beard seem to make the nickname Red Ogre quite fitting. Bell suggests they continue their conversation indoors rather than in the street. Bell offers her some grapes and asks her to forgive her as he don't have much for hospitality. Sasha points out that hospitality isn't just about food and drink but also about manners and ethics. Sasha goes on to reveal that Miss Angelina, who accompanied her sister Serene, declined any financial rewards and insisted they give it to Mr. Bell instead. She then takes out 100 gold coins from her pocket, astonishing Bell. He hesitates to accept such a substantial sum, but Sasha insists it's the least they can do for Serene, stressing that her sister's life is priceless. Bell eventually accepts the generous offer from Sasha and the Bordeaux family, acknowledging their debt of gratitude for saving Serene's life. At this point, Bell accepts Sasha's gift. She then asks him about sword fighting and the principles of adventure that Miss Angelina taught her. Bell informs her that he's been teaching these things to her since she was young. Sasha confesses her love for adventure and mentions that she currently holds Ranka afterwards. She asks Bell to engage in a sword duel with her. Initially taken aback, Bell expresses uncertainty about his skill level but agrees to the duel nonetheless. Sasha is thrilled by his willingness, and they both head outside, each gripping their swords in readiness. Sasha launches an attack, but Bell effortlessly parries it. He then delivers a powerful strike, which Sasha manages to block. However, Bell deftly guides his sword past her neck, signaling her loss in the duel. They sit down beside a large tree, and Sasha begins to admire Bell as a famous adventurer. Bell explains that he used to be a renowned adventurer, but lost his right leg in a significant incident early in his career. Consequently, he retired and has remained hidden in the town of Torina since then, holding a rank of only ever since. Sasha is deeply impressed and moved by Bell's strength, especially considering his wooden leg. She can't fathom the difficulty of the training he must have endured and is amazed that he chose to protect Torina instead of seeking fame. Moreover, she admires his dedication to guiding the new generation in the small village rather than chasing after glory. Sasha, feeling a bit overwhelmed, asks Bell for forgiveness and requests to address him as teacher. After bidding farewell, she walks away, leaving Bell in disbelief about how quickly everything unfolded. The story then shifts to another scene, where Angelina is at the guild, inquiring about available missions for Ranka. Unfortunately, the guild employee apologizes, explaining that there are no missions available for Ranka at the moment. Angelina is excited about the prospect and requests a month of leave. However, the employee refuses, citing an increase in monster activity and the unpredictability of danger. They need all Ranka adventurers with them. This refusal frustrates Angelina, and she decides to head to a bar to enjoy her favorite drink. Her friend Marie notices her distress and asks about it. Angelina confides in Marie, expressing her desire for a proper vacation to return to Torina and spend time with her father. Marie tries to comfort her, pretending to be her father, but she reminds Angelina that she can't take her father's place. They discuss how the guild claims there are no missions, but they sense that the monsters are behaving strangely by not attacking the city. Angelina expresses her wish for the monsters to go far away and stay there. They've heard rumors about the possible return of the Demon Kings, although it's hard to believe. Nevertheless, the increased monster activity is undeniable. Angelina wonders about the cause of the Demon King's potential return, and Marie informs her about the 70 Demon Kings created by the great sorcerer Solomon, who was a master of all forms of magic and alchemy. Solomon, despite his enchantments and useful creations, became consumed by power and control. He created immortal entities known as homunculi in an attempt to rule the world. Over time, he lost his sanity and vanished into the depths of time and space. During this period, the homunculi left behind by Solomon wreaked havoc on many countries until a blessed hero was tasked with protecting the land. This hero subdued the homunculi and brought an end to the chaos. It's said that the homunculi are the Demon Kings, but since it's a legend, nobody can confirm more than that. Marie continues her story, mentioning a suspicious group attempting to resurrect the Demon Kings lately. This concerns Angelina because if the Demon Kings were to return, her vacation plans would be jeopardized. However, Marie playfully reassures her, boasting about being the daughter of the red gnome, Belle Griff. Meanwhile, back at the guild, an employee enters and informs Angelina that they've witnessed a creature called a wyvern, and she's needed to handle the situation. The story shifts to Belle in his city as they prepare for a big celebration. Belle talks to the city's leader, offering his help, but the leader insists that the young people must learn by doing the work themselves. Belle's friend, Carrie, asks about his daughter, and Belle doubts that she will come because he's heard about many emergencies. Suddenly, a girl interrupts their conversation and asks if he's the Red Ogre. Belle confirms that he is, and she mentions that his daughter accompanied her on a journey the previous day. She praises his daughter's bravery for saving people from highway robbers. Belle is overjoyed by Angelina's actions. Then, a carriage arrives, and a beautiful girl steps out, apologizing for the interruption. She introduces herself as Helvetica and explains that her father recently passed away, making her the Countess Bordeaux. This surprises everyone because she's known for being an attractive and knowledgeable warrior. Instead of marrying, she was appointed as her father's heir and tasked with governing the lands. Hoffman, the city leader, welcomes her presence and expresses their honor. He assures her that there are no criminals or fugitives in their village. She explained that she is here for Belle Griff. The Countess approaches Belle quickly, expressing her gratitude for saving her younger sister, Serene. Belle is taken aback and couldn't find words to respond. She notes that she had heard about his exceptional sword skills and came to ask for a favor from the Bordeaux family. She wants him to be the knight who served their house Bordeaux. Belle apologizes and explains that at the age of 42, his strength was declining, and he couldn't serve them. The Countess mentions Sasha's defeat and the offer of a substantial reward, but Belle still declines. She persists, telling him that his stubbornness matches his strength. Belle replies that he has always been this way. The Countess warns him that if he doesn't cooperate willingly, they would take him by force, willing to do whatever it takes to make him serve her family. Belle laughs heartily, suggesting that despite being a countess, she's still a young girl inside, and responsibility had made her desperate. He says he would face her soldiers until they gave up. The soldiers hesitate and step back in fear. The Countess scolds them, but one soldier comments that he was extremely strong and intimidating. The determined Countess then rushes at Belle, declaring that she had no choice but to offer herself in exchange for his service, hoping he would accept her despite her flaws. At that moment, Serene finally appears and asks what they are doing there. The Countess explains that she had come to convince Belle to join them. Serene then orders the soldiers to put the Countess in the carriage and lock it. She introduces herself and expressing her gratitude, as she was saved by Angelina and got to see her father before he passed away. Belle assures Serene that he is not upset at all. She explains that she normally is not like this but couldn't control herself when she heard about Belle's exceptional talent. Helvetica then asks her sister to release her from the carriage, promising not to repeat her actions. However, Serene becomes very angry and insists that she wouldn't release her until they reach the castle. Belle reminds them that if they left now, it will dark before they reach the castle, and it would be safer to stay. Serene hesitates a little, but he mentions that they are hosting the autumn festival that night and extends an invitation to the Countess and her family, hoping they would join the village. The chief agrees and expresses his honor at having the Countess's family with them. Serene reluctantly agrees to stay the night, and Belle makes it a condition that Helvetica be released from the carriage. Helvetica is grateful and wishes Belle to become part of the Bordeaux family, which angers her sister Serene again. The festival starts and the scene shifts to Angelina meeting her party members. They tell her how they defeated a high-ranking creature. However, the guild still doesn't know why many monsters are attacking, and the adventurers they send have all disappeared. This has put more pressure on the remaining members, and many are leaving because of it. Miriam is sure that they will be understaffed soon. Angelina reveals that she has already told the guildmaster to call retired adventurers to help bolster their numbers. It dawns on her that she would ask her dad to come to the city and resume adventuring. That way, they can spend time together doing what they both love. But she shoots down that idea because she is certain that he will not leave the village. The merchant interrupts their conversation and reveals that she celebrated at the autumn festival in her village and she met Angelina's dad. The merchant retells what happened, and Angelina gets a little annoyed that they try to take her father away. She wants to hear more about her father, so she offers to pay for the trio's food because she's in a good mood. Meanwhile, in a cave, a dark power manifests, feeling lonely as it searches for its master. That brings an end to episode. Don't forget to check out our other videos.